Genshin could net. Well, sorta. They actually did some pretty big changes in the Genshin Impact 5.0 update that honestly I didn't expect. Now, I haven't been keeping up to date on everything, so a lot of the stuff that is dropping here maybe has been leaked in the past. People already know about this, but there's some pretty crazy changes that honestly are very good for new and returning players. I want to go over some of the big updates really quickly, but I can't deny that a lot of these visuals look good. Some of the kind of Pokemon looking creatures look really cool, and honestly, I have to say that the world with those creatures is the most appealing area in the game that I've seen so far. There's just something about the color scheme of this area, of Natlan, of these little creatures, that it's hitting my brain. It looks like a place that I actually want to explore. So that's a really good sign. But I want to go over some of the big updates that are coming, and there's a post here on the Genshin Impact official. I don't know who made this. Oh, I think Hoyoverse literally posted this. They have a breakdown of what's coming in this update, and I mean, some of it's kind of cracked. So let's get started. Number 1, there is a free 5-star selector. You can choose of any of these standard characters, and you just get a free copy of them, no problem. Who do you want to choose? Now, obviously, if you want to fill out your roster and gather some of the people that you don't have, that's cool. But there's a few on here that I would actually recommend, and there's a couple of choices that you should make. So, number 1, Tighnari is absolutely, without a doubt, the best standard banner character, in my opinion, if you look at overall power level. Keqing, very solid, but Tighnari is like crazy level, overall. He's very strong. You can destroy some of the Abyss, and as a bow user, he works against some enemies that other units literally don't function in comparison. And so having a good bow user is a great choice, especially if you're not picking up someone like Ganyu. I think Tighnari fills a role not only of damage type, but of being a ranged unit that is pretty darn good. Now, Keqing got a buff. With all the Hyper Bloom, Aggravate, that is a big buff to this character. She went from being pretty bad to pretty darn good. Now I want to talk about Diluc. Diluc has been power crept, but Diluc can still clear the Abyss. Every time there's an Abyss that I actually play, I test, can I beat it with Diluc? And I always can. He's still pretty darn good. He's solid. Now, if we start moving down the roster here, Jean. Jean, I don't have her fully built, but I feel like she's been power crept in some ways. I feel like she's not best in slot in a lot of teams overall. She's fine, but she's not someone that I would care as much about. I'm more interested in the DPS units. I think with Mona, with units like Yelan, with Fiorina, it's harder and harder to fit Mona into any teams overall. And then somewhere down the list here, unbuilt, is Chi-Chi. She's not a good healer. Like, she can heal you, but she's not a good unit. She doesn't bring a lot of value. I wouldn't recommend her. And then the final person on the list who I don't actually have yet is Dia. So I could go and get Dia, but I'm not that interested in Dia as well. I feel like I've got a pretty good roster. I can keep everyone alive. I'm more interested in doing some damage. So for me, I'm actually more interested in getting constellations for Tighnari. I'm currently at C2. C3 would give me this. C4 would be amazing one day. And part of me wants to get Tighnari. But there's also this weird, sick part of me that wants to get Diluc and get these constellations and one day get him to C6. I don't know. There's just some part of me that wants to go all in on Diluc overall. Now, the big thing here is they also mentioned that in future anniversaries, they're probably going to be adding more standard, or I think they're adding more standard characters, period. But future anniversaries, they've kind of said, yeah, there's always going to be a selector. So long term, you should be able to get some of these units and essentially C6 them long term with the anniversaries and things like that. So that's pretty darn cool overall. Let me just get rid of this so he's not making animations the whole time. So I'm going to pick that. That's cool. But also, there's a login, and you can gain a 10 pull, essentially, 1,600 Primo Gems. That's not too bad. All right? That's a juicy thing here. But this Sanctifying Elixir, this thing is like one of the biggest changes in the game. This is an artifact selector. And not only can you choose the main artifact stat, so you could do a goblet of the element you want, you also get to choose 2 substats. So you could put crit rate and crit damage on it, on set, on element. That is insanely powerful. So, I mean, I think that's one of the biggest things coming to the game right now. On top of that, there's also going to be another login bonus here for 10 intertwined fate. So we've got 20 pulls. We've got a 5-star selector. That's not too bad. They're doing the initial top-up bonus for anyone who's whaling. That's fine. But here's some stuff that I didn't know about and didn't expect. They're also doing a bundle of weapons, some free weapons. I don't know if you can R5 these or they're just R1, but you're getting 3 weapons. As a new player joining the game to get all of these weapons, that's actually pretty crazy. I don't know what the substats are going to be on them. I don't know what all the stats are going to be. But getting weapons like this, I think is pretty darn sweet overall. It allows you to, get your roster up and running with hopefully some decent weapons right away. On top of that, if you do go and do the Archon quests, if you do them in time, you're also going to get a bonus of Primo Gems, which is wicked. I think that is such a good idea. If you're going to go in, you're going to enjoy the quest, you get a big boost of Primo Gems. You can wish for some characters hopefully after. I mean, it's not a ton, but yes, more rewards. Give players more rewards for playing your game. On top of that, this is such an interesting idea. When there is a new character coming out, a story quest comes out, if you go do that thing, it's going to give you all these resources to take them up to like level 60, I think they said. So a new character drops, you go do their story, and then you could build them, right away with the energy that you have. That is crazy. That's such a good idea. On top of that, there's something else here. Oh yeah, this stuff. This is nuts. I don't know why they didn't do this sooner. They're changing the epitomized path on the weapon banner from 2 misses of the weapon to only 1. They have just increased the value of 5-star weapons and getting them tremendously. Instead of it being this huge investment, this huge risk, now you can, pretty fairly, I guess compared to the past, you could go in, make your decision on getting a weapon, and commit to some of these weapons for characters and take them to the next level. Because 5-star weapons are a big deal. Some of them are game-changing weapons that really kind of pull a character's kit together. And now it's not this like whale fest to try to get them. Great choice. On top of this, they have now said there's also increased drop rates for 5-star characters. There are situations where even though you could hypothetically lose the 50-50, this little capturing radiance thing will proc and go, nope, you're going to get the 5-star character on the banner anyways. We don't have full details on this, but essentially this is like a percentage chance to proc of some sort where it just guarantees you win the 50-50. Why? I don't know. How does this change the rates? I don't know. But if this is true, and they're just making it more accessible to get the banner characters, good! 50-50 shouldn't even exist, in my opinion. I truly think that that's such a terrible practice. I'm putting all my hard work of Primo Gems or my money into the game. I should get what I want if I'm spending money on it. So any more chances to do that, I think, is a big deal. On top of that, there's a World 9 unlocking. So once you're level 58, you can unlock World Level 9, get better drops. That is a huge bonus, in my opinion. It'll make the world feel a little bit more difficult. I'll actually have to build my characters, hopefully. That is a bonus for me. I'm very happy. It's going to make everyone easier to build long term. But the one thing that I didn't expect is anyone who's a returning player who hasn't played for a while. Unfortunately, I logged in to make this video, so I probably just screwed myself out of this, which is, it is what it is. It's too bad. But anyone who hasn't logged in for 45 days is going to get 10 intertwined fate. So if you are returning to the game, you could consider just waiting until the patch drops, jumping back in, and then playing so you can get this 10 intertwined fate. However, that being said, there was something in the mail here. There was like 1,600 gems for the Nouvellette change. I don't know if everyone gets this. I don't know if some of these things will go away. At the end of the day, I don't think it matters that much if you log in now and you get some of these polls and you do these redeem codes, because these redeem codes expire as well. Like, I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. For me, I think I'm going to play a little bit of catch up on the game and get my account up to the point where I can actually play Natlan and try it out. But that's where we're at. I mean, overall, this stuff looks pretty good. There's some good resources and rewards available overall. I think that they've got some great stuff for new players, and the fact that, some of you guys may never have gotten one of these banner characters, being able to get it and guarantee it, I think is a great thing for a lot of people. So, Natlan, I'm interested. I'm interested. I want to check out the little Pokemon. I want to go explore the world. Some of the quest stuff looked really cool with, I think it was Capitano. Is that the guy? Capitano? He's got like a cool helmet on. Why not? Why not? I think that in the next few weeks, I don't know when I'm going to start exactly. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to try to play some catch up on the quests. We're going to just do it chill. If I get bored, I log out. If I'm having fun, we keep going. And I'm going to play some catch up. I'll give you kind of a breakdown of where I'm at right now just so you can conceptualize this. Let's see my journal here. Okay. So we got some quests. Cold Case Commission, Bedtime Story. I'm not sure what this is. We've got some other little side quests here. We've got a few other side quests. I guess not too many. But where's the story quest? Here we go. There's tons of story quests that I did not do. All right, I got to unlock these bad boys if I really wanted to. I mean, I've heard that the questing situation is like a little bit better now in the game, which is good. There's a little bit more. The quests aren't going to hard lock you out of them anymore, which is good. As for exploration, where am I at? If we go and zoom out here, to Natlan, or sorry, Fiorina. No, what's this place called? Why can't I think of the same? Fontaine. Oh, shit. We're rusty, boys. We've done like pretty good exploration. I might have been missing some stuff. Maybe there's some other areas that I don't know about that, have opened up and we haven't explored. Yeah, there's something like right here. So I've never been over here. I don't even know what's over here. So some stuff to do in game, some stuff to catch up on, some characters to build, I guess, over the next little while. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.